grew up in a neighborhood where organized crime was a way of life. But I never knew those people as criminals. To me, they were fathers and sons. Childhood friends I went to school with and sat next to in church.
That's Stephen Baldwin as a detective under investigation for fraternizing with criminals he's known since their childhood together in the same New York neighborhood in One Tough Cop, an utterly conventional macho cop picture that may have one dubious honor. I wasn't keeping count, but on a per-minute basis, One Tough Cop may contain the blank you phrase more often than any other movie in film history. I suppose Scarface with Al Pacino, or more recently Goodfellas, might be the runners-up. I will now leave this to the minutia counting editors at Entertainment Weekly to assign a freelancer to check it out.
I'm just making clear, I can't be responsible for Hot. He's going crazy.
Baldwin's lifelong buddy is a mobster played by Mike McGlone, and they eventually are in conflict over a woman, beautiful Gina Gershon, who radiates as much pure carnality as any actress today.
This is all wrong. You gotta tell me.
Almost everyone in Baldwin's life causes him problems. For example, his partner is played by Chris Penn. He's an alcoholic and has major gambling debts. Here's why.
4 9s. 4 of a kind. Hey, Duke, sometimes life's a real kick in the ass.
He could use a poker lesson from Matt Damon and Rounders. During this Who Can Act the Most Macho movie, Baldwin investigates the brutal rape and mutilation of a nun that is needlessly and repeatedly described in ghastly detail. Yuck. To track the killers, Baldwin makes contact with neighborhood sources. But look at the overkill in this scene, typical of the movie. The blank yous in the dialogue weren't the only cliches in One Tough Cop. The stare-downs with the guns drawn, the kisses of macho respect among these boyhood chums, and all their reminiscences. It's all over the top, no matter that we learn at the end that this is based on the story of a real cop. And of course, that made me think of Frank Serpico, a more interesting real cop.
Well, it's based on the story of this real cop, Bo Deal, but on the other hand, at the end it says his character is real, but everything else in the movie is fictional. So they took a real guy and they plugged him into as many cliches as they could think of. I mean, the movie even starts with the obligatory hostage crisis. And then where do the cops always go after a hostage crisis? 100% correlation. They go to a bar. I mean, this movie is right on track. And another thing, there's a scene where the feds show him 8x10 glossy photographs taken the night before of him embracing his childhood buddy, the mafioso guy. Okay, so he looks at these photos, and what does he do? He later meets a mob collector and hands him $5,000 while they're both seated in the plate glass window of a coffee shop to, you know, provide the best possible photo opportunity for the feds that he knows. That's so dumb.
And then the hugging scene, you know, to get a better, you know, hug a mobster today. I guess that was the message.
Hopefully on the street with good daylight so that the f-stop setting won't be a problem.
Awful.